Our next guest first graced our screens with her charm and beauty in the Bernardo Bertolucci classic The Last Emperor.
And since then, she has gone on to star in and direct a host of movies, garnering multiple awards along the way.
Her latest project sees her right here in Singapore, filming for HBO Asia's upcoming series, Serangoon Road.
Well, she's done with filming, and today she joins us in our studio. So we say good morning to the beautiful and talented Joan Chen. Very good morning to you.
Good morning.
What an honor to have you with us. Well, you were in Singapore because of your filming for the new TV series Serangoon Road.
Yes.
You just wrapped it up, right?
Yes.
And that was just yesterday?
No, we wrapped the day before.
The day
Okay,
before.
well, tell us a bit about the movie. What is it about?
It's a 10-episode series, detective series, and it's set in 1964 in Singapore. It's about 10 episodes and 10 different
The U.S. is supposed
crimes
to
to solve, and they're just very human stories about that era, and the political background is very rich during that era.
How did you get involved in it? Were you sent the script first, you had a read, and then you thought, hey, this is something I would like to take up?
Yeah. I mean, usually that's how it happens. I mean, I received a script and I read it, and there are many elements in the script that really are very intriguing, and I felt that I could be could contribute and to the series, and I believe now that I've wrapped that I think we've got a really strong series.
And isn't it great brought you back to Singapore as well?
It's one of the important reasons. I do love Singapore. I love Singapore. I love the food. I love the history. I love the look of it. The tropical environment. I love everything about Singapore.
All right. What do you look for in a role these days? I mean, I'm sure you have quite the selection you can choose from. I mean, what is important to you? What are some of the must-haves that you look for in a role?
Well, for every project, it's really different, and for this one, it's a new challenge because as a series regular, your part is to facilitate and be a conduit to tell other people's stories. And I'm more used to being the drama center of the story, and so that's sort of a new thing to do. And also for me to infuse her with a much more deeper and personal interest in all the 10 stories that we're telling. So I'm here just to help to get her to become a more emotional character, not just the conduit. So that's what I felt I could do, and that's been the challenge.
Right. I mean, you're no stranger to difficult roles. You know, you really go in depth into the character. Your other past, roles in movies like the Emperor's The Home Song Stories also demanded such connection with the deeper side of you. How do you prepare for such roles, though? A lot of research, or a lot of, setting your mindset in the right direction?
I think, there is not a lot of preparation in that sense. I mean, a lot of it is your instinct. A lot of it is your instinct, your life experience, and the literature you have experienced, and you imagine the character to be that way. It's not hard. I mean, when the character is well written and is rich in feelings, it's actually easier.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I do know, like, some actors or actresses will either snap in and out of the character, or some will take the character home until the shoot is over, so that they can really live and breathe, especially when
Bring
it's,
work home.
like, intensive characters.
I know, they're like Daniel Day-Lewis, like famous for, when you do something like My Left Foot, I think you really need to, because physically you need to be that way. And the most parts that I play, fortunately, I mean, I don't have to bring it home. There's always a sense of loss when you rap. It's happy and it's sad. There is a sense of loss because you're saying goodbye to someone who's been intimate with you.
Right.
I mean, who shared your body, shared your face, and who's been it's like you've I think the role of an actor is to defend the part at all cost, and so that's someone you've been defending for a while, and then you have to say goodbye and let it go and disappear forever. So there's always some sense of loss.
Yeah, I find it hard to bring it home every day. I think, especially if you play a sad role, you'd be depressed the whole few months while filming, and your family members would be sad too.
No.
Well, you've been in Hollywood, you know, and also worked in much of Asia. Do you find that Asians are still a typecast in certain roles? Still the stereotypical Asian role?
Still somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah, still somewhat, but much, much better. Much better. I think it's not the intention of the industry in the West to typecast. It's just something subconscious, and it's getting a lot better because you know, people really do want to understand Asia, want to understand Asians, and economically, politically, we are becoming more and more important, and therefore there is a true focus on understanding that human, instead of just having you, you know, be an exotic element. So time's very different. It's much better. But media exposure is still very limited.
How are we able to perhaps improve that situation of more prominent visibility for Asians in the media?
I think it's a very individual struggle, a very individual battle. There is no one organization that can promote that. You know, I belong to a great organization called the Committee of 100, and it's sort of our goal. It's been our goal, you know, to get more media exposure, to be the spokesperson, to explain China to the West. But still, I think as an actor, there is no way to, like, you know, as a political movement, to get somebody onto stardom. You know, it's really a very individual ambition. I think we're you know,
slowly getting
We're getting there. But you've been able to help. Well, you can effect more change on the other side. You're also behind the camera directing. You know, which do you find you like better, or what are the challenges with the roles?
I love directing, I love writing, I love acting, I love all of the creative aspects of telling a story using film. Yeah, I think you're right. You know, we need more writers, really. We need great script writers like David Henry Hwang, you know. More material being written than you can use. You can be exploited in the right way.
Do you intend to pursue a little further into the directing career?
You know, I've been raising my 2 kids, and now my older one is 14, and I think, yeah, it's probably time to consider going back.
Finish directing the kids, now you can direct the movie.
Yes, I think so.
All right, Joan, well, thanks so much for coming in this morning.
Pleasure.
That was the beautiful and talented Joan Chen, actress, screenwriter, and director. She's just wrapped up filming in Singapore for the new series she's starring in. It's HBO Asia's Serangoon Road.
And the series will go on air later this year, so do watch out for it.